What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? I Hate Average Podcast back with another week, another episode, a hot episode. Last week we had a lot of fun. We had the non-idle humans. Once again, I apologize for the audio from last week. It wasn't the greatest that we're used to, but we got it done, and some great info and information from the lovely ladies of the non-idle humans. This week, another hot episode. I'm really excited for you guys to hear this. Very motivational for creatives and those in any industry who just, they kind of get discouraged, but just having the wherewithal to just keep going, having the ability to just don't stop and become successful because you outwork the competition. Even though you shouldn't really look at the competition, as my guest Amadeus, the super producer, Platinum Boy Records CEO, a lot of fun. I mean, he's worked with everybody from Chris Brown to Lil Wayne to anyone you could think of. He's been working with. Has some top records, and I'm excited to have him. But more importantly, just listen to the message that he's bringing. I wanted to talk music. We did that. I wanted to talk his business, his projects. We did that, but I wasn't expecting the motivational factor, and it was very important, very useful, especially to our listeners, the I Hate Average Podcast listeners, to making your life not average and going forward and pushing yourself. Very useful information. So check it out. Here's Amadeus. What's going on? I Hate Average Podcast back with another week, another episode. I'm excited. We got a great guest, very important guest. You got, can I call you super producer Amadeus? He's the CEO of Platinum Boy Records. I'm excited about this, man. How you doing?
I'm blessed, man. I appreciate you for having me on. Shout out to my GM, Jason Bourne, for putting this all together. Just excited, man. Excited, humble, and grateful, man.
Yeah, man. It's going to be a lot of fun. So Platinum Boy, of course, I'm sure you named it because you got some platinum records. So how did you get started with music? What's your background? How did you originally get started in the game?
Right, and it's funny, just to touch on the name, it's crazy because I was actually sitting in an ASCAP office years ago. I forgot what year it was, and I needed to come up with a name for my publishing company. And I remember it, sitting in the offices, and I was just like, man, I want all of the records that I produced to go platinum, and at the end of the day, I was a youngin', so I was like, I'm a boy. So, and that's how I got the name, and I put together, Platinum Boy Music. And it's crazy because before I had any platinum success, I basically, spoke it into existence. You know what I'm saying? So, you touched on it at the top of the interview, and I know I kind of like jumped far away from where we were going, but I had to just say that. You know what I'm saying? I had to just say that. Yeah. I came up with the name before having any success, man. So definitely for those that are listening, man, you gotta think it, you gotta believe it, you gotta say it first, and then you put in the hard work, and then God will see you through. You know what I mean? Yeah, but my start, I grew up in the Bronx, 169th Washington Avenue, and I had, amazing parents, very spiritual, God-fearing parents that sacrificed, sent me to Catholic school where I was able to learn a musical instrument. That instrument happened to be drums. I was in the 4th grade, pretty much fell in love with drums and music and hip-hop. Thought I was going to be a rapper, and I kind of think that's everybody's story or journey, throughout the process. And you know what I'm saying? Everybody wants to be a rapper. So, I had a family friend that was already in the game and was like, listen, man, if you kind of do your thing behind the scenes, whether it's create music or whatever, you'll probably come up more. You know what I'm saying? If you need to go, sell 1 million records, in order to really see that money, especially back then.
Sure.
So I kind of took his advice. I was already playing drums, so, making beats and production, made perfect sense for me because I was already a musician doing my thing in that area. So that's pretty much, how I was introduced to it, fell in love with it, became passionate about it, decided that that's what I wanted to do. And just never gave up, man. Just making beats until I, finally, got my tracks in the hands of Foxy Brown, who was signed to Def Jam at the time, and she was working on the Cradle to the Grave movie and soundtrack that was produced by DMX that featured Gabrielle Union and Anthony Anderson and Dragon and, a list of other actors and actresses. And, she actually wrote the title song to that soundtrack, Cradle to the Grave. Wow. And along with that song, she wrote a diss record, called Get Off Me, dissing rapper Eve at the time. You know what I'm saying? So I had the diss record and a record on the soundtrack at the same time. So that was my first placement. Okay. It's crazy that and amazing that I started out that way, because my first beat sold actually, had my track featured on the soundtrack and in the movie playing in the theaters. The soundtrack sold 500,000 copies, so that I got my first gold plaque off of my first placement. And this record, of course, is all over the radio. I remember Funkmaster Flex, dropping bombs, all over that. So that was pretty much, my start. And fast forward today, man, 16, 17 years in the game, producing for over 80 major artists, man. So just working, bro. Yeah,
man, that's a very, very amazing story. And it just shows the persistence. You found a passion, you stuck with it, you wouldn't stop until you saw everything through, man. And I'm still blown away by the story of the name of the company, because I'm thinking that you got the name because you're after your success, but you got this. You spoke, like you said, you spoke it into existence before you even had the success, man. That's powerful, exactly. Man. That's powerful.
Exactly.
So you got the record, got the big record. How did you not become complacent? How did you keep the fire going? How did you stay motivated to make more hits?
Right. For me to start that way, was definitely a huge blessing and was amazing. And I was pretty much blown away, man. I'm like, listen, I don't think that the producers that I look up to or admire have this story, or, at least, started out in this way. And I just say that, it was easy to come by because it took me, quite some time and a few years to really develop my style and sound. And, I thought my beats were banging, when I first started, but, my colleagues in the music industry and artists didn't. So I really had to show and prove, work hard, and really step my game up, production-wise. So it definitely took a minute. But, like I said, I started out in a major way, and I just said, man, if I can start like this, imagine what I can do if I keep going. So, again, music is my passion, and that's very important for people to know. Like, a lot of people want to get into business, but don't love music. And at the end of the day, if you don't love making music and being creative, the business side and the politics, make you quit or make you give up. So I just kept going, man. I knew I had something special and unique that was God-given, and I just wanted to share that gift, with the world, man.
True, man. And, of course, we appreciate it, man. You've been making people dance and feel vibes for years, and we definitely appreciate it. Thank you for your persistence. So I see you. I follow you on Instagram, and most people, they just want to show what they're working on. They show themselves in the studio. They show themselves taking pictures with the people that they're working with. But you do that, of course. Everybody does that. You do that, but you also you throw in the motivational quotes. So what got you into that? What got you into motivating people and wanting people to be successful? Besides yourself, what made you want to try to bring people along with you?
Really seeing what it is. Like you said, a lot of, social media is here. It wasn't here when I came up. You know what I mean? I didn't have the internet. I didn't have anything like that. I really had to hit the pavement. I had to get out there and really network and connect the dots and really build people. And, I feel a lot of that's missing today. Platform is a huge platform. It creates a lot of opportunities. One thing about the business, amongst your colleagues and artists, people want to see what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? They want to see what you're doing. They want to see who you're working with. And that helps, push along and create new opportunities. You know what I mean? So you have to show that. But I just kind of wanted it to be a balance where, I'm showing you what I'm doing. I'm showing you what I'm accomplishing. But at the same time, I'm pushing you and motivating you and inspiring you to do what I did, which is basically, chase my dreams and not give up, regardless of the people that said no, regardless of the people, that doubted me, man. So I know, I'm appreciative that you're following me on the gram, and hopefully, that's the energy that you get, and that's what you feel when you peep my page.
Yeah, definitely, of course, man. Definitely very motivational and moving. It's even more motivation now that I know the backstory. But
right.
So, what are some of the projects that you're working on now? I know. Did you? Is the tour still going on?
Just all over the place, man. It's very important to multitask. So on the production side, I know that the album is already out, but it's still gaining so much momentum and it's still doing very well. I had the privilege to produce 9 songs on the new Chris Brown album, Heartbreak on a Full Moon, with my Platinum Boy Music producers. So we just did that. Keisha Cole. What I got right now, I got a few records in the can with Lil Wayne. I got, Chris and I, Chris Brown.
So
and I
is that a hot take? Is Lil Wayne coming out soon? Is that an exclusive?
I know there's a lot going on with the situation. I don't know if it's resolved, but at the end of the day, he's an artist. He's passionate about making music. So it's like, and as a fan in itself, man, I'm like, listen, I don't know what's going on. Who cares? I'm gonna keep sending you that heat. And, and let's keep recording in the process, and we'll see what happens. So I definitely got a few records in with Wayne, and Chris Brown and myself. Like we really have a dope working relationship and a dope brotherhood. We've been working together. I want to say about 6 or 7 years.
Wow.
Done a lot of records that came out in the past, and included the new album. So we have a lot of records done and recorded together. I want to say possibly over 40 or 50 records.
Wow,
like
amazing.
Recorded.
Amazing.
You know what I'm saying? Some he used for the album, some he used for features. So got a lot in the works with him. Stuff that's not all the way solidified.
Yeah.
So I don't want to talk on it yet. You know what I mean? You don't want to jinx it.
Yeah, of course.
Just know, that we working. Most recently, we got a super dope female artist by the name of Tony Romiti. Just dropped the album last Friday. Got 2 on there with my producers, Velocity Music.
Nice.
Got 2 dope records coming with Young and May. So just working, man.
Yeah.
Working. That's like I said. That's on the production side. Of course, still touring with Trey Songz. We got a few spot dates coming up in the next month or 2. I have a residency as a drummer and musician at the #1 hip hop club in Las Vegas, Dre's nightclub.
Wow.
So I do that pretty much every weekend. I fly out every weekend to play drums alongside DJ Franzen, was one of the hottest DJs on the West Coast, especially the Bay Area and Vegas. So I do that. I got my Music 101 college tour along with my partner, Michael Daniel, and that's pretty much we're going around the schools and colleges and stuff like that, and educating the youth and educating people and the individuals on the music business. So far, we've done 30 schools, including like NYU, Howard, Yale, William Patterson, Bronx Community College, Stony Brook University, to name a few.
Okay.
So we moving, man. We moving. I got 2 artists. Look at that. I'm still going. 2 artists signed to Platinum Boy Music. One from the Bronx by the name of Captain D-Mac. Another from Vermont named Flyboy Maestro. So working on both of those projects right now. Got 2 singles out on Captain D-Mac, Hold and Think About, featuring Giovanni. Also got Rolling Up out right now, and Distant Lover with Flyboy Maestro. So keeping it busy, keeping it moving.
Yeah.
Always working, man.
That's great, man. And you kind of got the dream life because, of course, you're making the big records. You're making your living making records with Chris Brown, but you still could, make moves with your own artists, and you still follow your passion by playing drums on the weekends. So he's not
right.
That's
right.
That's the dream life, and that's I think people should take away with not just being motivated to just make the money, but you literally following, like, you made your money, but you still find time to do what you really want to do in life, and that's a powerful story. So let's talk about your artists. So you got somebody, you're from the Bronx, and you found an artist from the Bronx. How did you find them, and what can we look forward to?
Well, first, we created a platform and an opportunity, for artists, producers, songwriters, even entrepreneurs and people that want to be in the music business to actually have a chance to meet with me, in a one-on-one session, and we actually named it the Sit Down. Oftentimes, a lot of artists and producers and songwriters that's, either tagging me on IG or Twitter or, trying to hit me, DM me and send me links. And, at the end of the day, with my schedule and all that I'm doing, it's impossible to kind of really listen to people and give them your focus and your attention.
True.
And I've always, been one to be very honest and sincere. And I would tell people, like, listen, man, I don't have time to be clicking on links, listening to demos, doing this and this and that. And so we created this platform to meet with artists. And like I said, we post it online. They send an email. They sign up. They register. They come down to the studio, and they sit with me for about a half hour, 40 minutes. And it's been an amazing. I've met a lot of artists. I met a lot of producers. Two of the producers, I signed 2 producers that came in to meet with me. And those producers' first placement was on, this last Chris Brown album that released.
Nice.
You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
That's how I met, my artist, Captain D-Mac. He came in, played some records. And it didn't happen right away. It was kind of a thing where he showed and proved.
Okay.
With me, he definitely first convinced my partner and vice president, Michael Daniel, who just got it immediately. And sometimes it's like that where you may not get it right away. And
Sure.
then, you hear it again, or you have another opportunity to meet and sit down and live with those records, and then it all makes sense. So he's definitely a dope artist, young, kind of has, the merge of hip-hop, R&B, with a dance hall feel.
Nice.
Amazing vibe, a lot of swag, a super dope writer. He writes for himself. He writes for other artists. So that's definitely, what made me bring him and have him a part of the team, besides the fact that, he's from the Bronx. So that's Captain D-Mac. My other artist, Flyboy Maestro from Vermont, met him the same way, drove hours, I want to say eight or so hours to meet with me in the studio. And, with him, as soon as he pressed play, it was just on and popping. Like, he
you
shot
felt
the
it. You
entire
felt
room.
it. Yeah, you felt it.
Yeah, immediately. And mind you, I wasn't even looking for artists like that.
Yeah.
It's not an easy task. You know what I'm
True.
saying? There's a lot of responsibilities.
And plus, the bar. You've been there. You deal
Right.
with these people, so you know the bar.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Blood, sweat, and tears, and you just gotta be ready to do it. But with him, he was so dope and so unique, and just from the tone to the lyrics to his melodies, and I'm like, man, this kid is a beast. It's like, no way I'm letting him walk out of this door. You know what I'm saying? Without being Platinum Boy music. So that's how it happened for him. It was immediately, we welcomed him right away, and just been working ever since. So, that's the deal on the 2 artists with Platinum Boy music.
Man, so. What's your advice for? I know you said you got the platform for the sit down, but a young you, let's say it's 2018 and there's a 18 or 19-year-old Amadeus in Jersey City or Brooklyn somewhere. How do they get their foot in the door to even start anything in the industry?
Right. Well, the plus for them, the plus for this generation, is that they have the internet.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Where and it sounds so simple, but it's really true and it's real. It's like everything that you need is at your fingertips, and I tell that all the time to everybody that I sit with and meet with, even us on the Music 101 college tour. It's like everything you need is at your fingertips. It's just about you putting the work in. It's just about you researching and you seeing what's going on and recognizing how the game has changed and kind of being able to adjust and to adapt with what it is. Like right now we have, Apple Music and Spotify and Tidal. You know what I'm saying? We didn't have that. Them joints that we have were on CD. You know what I'm saying? Cassette tapes, vinyl. You know what I'm saying? And now, they're on platforms where you can now streams are counting. And it's like a lot has changed. You know what I'm saying? And it's changed for the better of the artist. Believe it or not, because you don't have to be signed to a label or a major label to put out an album. And that's how it was back in the day, where you couldn't press up no CDs. You couldn't press up, no cassette tapes or make vinyl. You had to be signed to a label that had a budget that was able to do that. But nowadays, anybody, any and everybody can create music and release music. You know what I'm saying? True. That's why we have so many artists out here. Everybody's shooting videos. Everybody's doing photo shoots. Everybody's online saying I'm a rapper. Same thing with the producers, where I had keyboards, and I still do keyboards, MPC 2000s. That machine alone was $1,300.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it didn't come with no sounds. You had to make your sounds. You had to go sample. You had to go, sample your drums, from older records and stuff like that. Now,
just get a program.
You get a software like Logic or Ableton or Pro Tools, and they're giving you the sounds.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So like everything to me right now, and there's no judgment. I don't feel no kind of way because it's not stopping me from working. But it's like, everything is at your fingertips. So that's why I don't. It ain't no excuses of why anybody can't be successful or great. It ain't no excuses why anybody can't do their thing, because everything you need is at your fingertips. It's just about being fearless. It's just about believing in yourself and putting in the work. And that's one thing that a lot of people don't do. They want to get there. They want to get to where I'm at. They want to get past me. You know what I'm saying? Above me, however you want to say it, but they don't want to put that work in. You know what I'm saying?
True.
And that's very important, that you gotta put the work in. It's not about looking like an artist. It's not about, feeling like an artist. It's not about, posting on IG and thinking you hot because you shooting the video. Like, it's just, you gotta really put that work in, man.
Yeah. So, I know physically it is easier. You have the technology and the wherewithal and everything to get your stuff out there. But because there's so many artists, like you said on IG, everybody's shooting videos, everybody's putting their videos on World Star, everybody is on YouTube. Is it slightly harder, or is it just mental that is it just your mentality that is harder? Is it a reality that is harder, or are people just putting it in their mind just to make themselves feel negative?
Right. I mean, the only thing that I feel is an issue is everything being oversaturated.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, the answer to that is just you being able to make heat, you being able to make dope records that can penetrate through, all of what's not dope. I would never call anybody's music garbage. I would never say it's whack. Like, at the end of the day, music is expression. It's all of us.
And it's relative, right? It's kind of relative.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And ain't no right or wrong, ain't no rules. You do whatever you want to do at the end of the day. If people like it, they like it. If they don't, they don't. But True. It ain't no, all right, this is whack. It's just not. It might not be my cup of tea. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But again, it's very oversaturated. So what you do is it just has to be, to me, unique. It has to be rare. It has to be a feeling that you get when you hear it. And people gravitate towards it. And then, you can argue that, because then you can look at the game right now and say, well, that's like 5 rappers or 6 rappers out right now that all sound the same, and it's all, that are all doing the same thing.
True.
Everybody's story is different. How everybody got on and discovered and heard and became successful is different. Most important, like I said, to me, is no rules, man. You just gotta do you. You gotta believe in you, and you gotta do you. So if that's the record that you're saying is hot, and it's really who you are, and it represents who you are as an artist, put it out. You know what I mean? The worst that can happen is people can say I like it, or people, can say they don't. And at the end of the day, you can dust yourself off and try again. And I always use this example. Like, I'm a huge Jay-Z fan, right?
Yeah.
Jay-Z has sold millions and millions and millions of records, but the amount of records that Jay-Z has sold doesn't equal the amount of people that live in the world.
Of course.
So the point I'm making is, as much as we love Jay-Z and appreciate Jay-Z as an artist and look at him as the GOAT and one of the best artists of New York and of all time, there's still millions and billions of people that don't support him or that don't think he's that artist, that never bought that record. You understand what I'm saying?
That's true.
And that has not, stopped Jay-Z from being successful. Same thing with Beyonce, and we can go on and on and on. It's like everybody don't like everybody, but that doesn't stop you from being successful. If you can find a fan base and you can develop a fan base and they support you, man, like you can live forever doing this music thing. Yeah,
definitely, man. It's definitely true. It's motivated me actually, because sometimes even doing the podcasts, you see everybody doing podcasts, everybody putting up videos, and so. But like you said, if you keep doing the work and your quality actually is a little bit above, people will find it. And they'll rock with it. So, thank you, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Never worry or focus on competition.
Sure.
You can admire people in their work. You can admire people and how they do things. But at the end of the day, we're all unique. We're all rare. We all have a special gift. I don't have the gift that you have of, being an amazing mind and a creator of a podcast, to be able to give interviews and conduct interviews, to ask me questions, to bring out my story, to help motivate and inspire people that are listening. Like, that's a gift, and that's a talent that you have. So you got to just be able to walk in your gift and your talent. Will you be discouraged? Yes. Will people tell you no? Yes. Will people doubt you and not believe? Yes. even with all I've accomplished, with my name, my resume, with me being a hitman, a bad boy hitman, and being with Puff and Trey with 10 years, like, yo, people still close that door in my face, man. People still say no. People still don't let me in. So that's why I say, and it goes back to what I said a few minutes ago, you have to really love this, man. Like, you got to really love whatever it is that you're passionate about, whether it's music, whether it's you doing podcasts, even if it's not music, even if it's you going to school, even if it's you want to be a doctor or a lawyer. Like, you got to love it, because there's going to be people that's going to doubt you. There's going to be haters that don't want to let you in. And you got to be strong enough to keep pushing no matter what. And that's my story. And it sounds very cliche, but if you listen to what I'm saying, how I'm saying it, and how I sound saying it, you can hear the passion in my tone. You can hear the passion and the sincerity in my voice in regards to me loving and not caring what anybody say or what anybody do. No one can stop me. No one can stop you. And for everybody listening, man, if you keep pushing, you keep going, and you keep God first, you will be unstoppable, period.
That's powerful, man. Oh, man. Powerful. How can people reach out to you, man? How can, like, somebody, I know you're very extremely busy. Your schedule is ridiculous. Right. But how can, if someone wants to reach out to you, or they want to book you to speak, they want to book you for a set, how can people reach out to you?
A few ways. Like you said, definitely busy. So my motto has always been, since I started, patience is key. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So, I'm on IG, Amadeus PBM standing for Platinum Boy Music. So on IG, PBM, Amadeus PBM. Also Platinum Boy Music on IG. And for those that are interested in me speaking or coming to the college tour, it's all free. You never have to pay to get in, to get information. It's Music 101 College Tour PBM. And that's on IG too. Music 101 College Tour PBM. We also have a website, www.platinumboymusicworldwide.com. Okay. And if none of those work, you can definitely email us at platinumboymusicteam@gmail.com. Once again, that's platinumboymusicteam@gmail.com. Serious inquiries only.
Yeah.
No nonsense, games, man. If you're about your business, holla. You want to book me to speak, holla. If you want to book the Music 101 college tour at a school near you, holla. If you want to do the artist sit down that we do, holla. If you want beats, whatever it is, man, come correct, come serious, be about your business, because we definitely reach out, we definitely respond, do our best to respond to everybody that reaches out. I pride myself and my team on being very responsive. So definitely reach out to us either one of those ways.
Okay, man. All right. You got me ready to just run out and get going, man. But thank you so much for your time again. Much success. I mean, I don't even have to tell you, because I know it's going to happen because you're so motivated. But continued success, more blessings to you, man. And thanks again. Thank you so much, man.
No doubt, man. And thank you again for having me. I appreciate it. I definitely hope that whoever's listening will be inspired and motivated to go for their dreams and to keep pushing and to be great. And thank you again for taking time, to have me as a guest on your podcast. Keep doing your thing. You definitely have our support at Platinum Boy Music. And definitely shout out to Jason Bourne again, GM of Platinum Boy Music.
There you have it. That's my interview with Amadeus. Man, I told you guys this is a hot episode. Great useful information, man. Check out his projects, check out his work. Of course, you listen to his songs, but he has a lot of great new songs coming out to look forward to. I'm excited, man. I'm ready to just run through a wall right now. Just very motivated after talking to him. Cool conversation. Next week is going to be another hot episode. Of course, subscribe and rate and review on iTunes, on Spotify, also on SoundCloud. I believe unfortunately, we're going to be moving away from SoundCloud again within the next month or so. But right now, we're still on SoundCloud. We're on YouTube also. So check us out. Let us know what you're thinking. Of course, you can always email show@averagej.com. Once again, show@averagej.com. Look forward to talking to you, chatting it up, and letting us know what you guys think of the podcast. Of course, on social media, I Hate Average Podcast on Instagram, I Hate Average JAY on Snapchat and Twitter. Love talking to you guys. Love getting the feedback. I'm excited. Of course, we still got the event. I've been postponing. The weather's been bad. Some things going on family-wise. It's been a lot going on unexpectedly. But we're still pushing forward, and we should be getting some information within the next week or so on our first I Hate Average podcast event. I can't wait to meet the listeners and talk and chop it up and get some drinks and have a lot of fun. So, also looking for a DJ for our event. So all DJs, you can also hit us up, show@averagej.com. Once again, show@averagej.com. Man, I'm excited about this week, next week, and the week after. It's a lot going on, and I'm excited about it. Please continue to check us out. Check out all of our content on social media, especially on YouTube over the next couple of weeks. So I'll talk to you guys next week.